Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Colonel's Corner. Joining us today is Wilkes men's basketball head coach Izzi Metz to preview the 2025-26 season. Coach, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Griffin.
So first, you're a couple days away now from the start of the season. Open it up against Rowan at home. What's the excitement level like around the team to get the season underway?
Oh, I think any college basketball team in America is thrilled to get going here. Our guys have practiced extremely hard. We have a lot of returning faces. We have some new faces, but yeah, for sure, guys are excited. Juiced to get going. Great time of year.
Let's talk about that roster a little bit. While you lose some key starters from last year, including Caden Merrifield and Joey Zavorski, you return a lot of your main starters from last year. Talk about Lucas Lesko, who was all conference, Jack Argento, Eli Becker, and a lot of guys on the bench who also played a lot of time. What are your expectations for this returning class this year?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned some guys who have played a lot of winning basketball. Lucas, Jack, Colin, our seniors. You have a Travis Lynn, Eli Becker, Drew Seckler in the junior class. I mean, so, those guys have been a part of a lot of wins with our program. We are going to miss Caden and Joey. That's the unfortunate part of graduation, of course. Caden being an all-league guy and Joey being an invaluable mainstay. But that being said, we have enough leadership, toughness, experience, and talent where I think this team is poised to do some good things.
Let's talk about your newcomers. You have 5 new players on the roster this year. Talk about them a little bit and what your expectations are for their first year in the Colonel program.
Yeah, I mean, we addressed, wanted to bring in some size, and we did that with, not just size, but, ability, good players. Antonio Bertain from Staten Island, New York, Monsignor Farrell, Matt Ramos from Rutherford High School, Rutherford, New Jersey. Antonio's 6'7", and Matt's about 6'9", and then Jacob Snyrus is a 6'4" wing from Garnet Valley outside of Philadelphia, and Ethan Sheffy from Southern High School in Maryland is a 6-foot point guard. All guys are kind of physically strong for first-year players and are definitely acclimating well to our team for sure.
So looking at the schedule this year, you have the Roanoke Kreger Invitational. Last year, you had your sinus tip-off at the beginning of the year. This tournament comes in December. Talk about the Invitational a little bit and how a tournament like that can prepare you going down the stretch into conference play.
Yeah, I when I looked at the opportunity to go down to Roanoke, they're a top 10, 15 team in the country this year. Gettysburg, who we're going to play, was an NCAA tournament team, and then Huston College from Maine was an NCAA tournament team as well. So you're talking about a high-level tournament. Roanoke has the Kreger Center, which is one of the premier facilities in Division III. I thought it'd be a really good experience for our guys, a good test. We haven't traveled down to Virginia much to play, so I thought it was just a great time of year to do that over the winter break. And, yeah, like you said, prepare us for second half of the season for sure.
And speaking on landmark play, you've made it to the semifinals of the tournament the past 2 years that you've been in the conference. How difficult is that to keep up, and is that the standard now going forward for the program?
Yeah, I mean, we've been fortunate to have good seasons and get to the semifinals. Obviously we'd like to break through and get to the finals with a chance to win the league. But this is a tough league. I mean, you have 10 teams in this conference. Every one of them, they aspire to do, that in terms of getting to the playoffs and competing for a championship. Our league is really good. We had 2 teams go to the NCAA tournament last year. So there's no nights off. And, I think the standard is, competing at a high level and playing good basketball. I don't think you can always measure the result at the end of the year. But, clearly we want to be back in the playoffs this year, and I think we have a team that can do that.
And before we get to landmark play, you open the season against Rowan here at the Marts Center. 4 home games to start the year, just kicking things off at home here in Wilkes-Barre. Talk about that matchup with the Profs a little bit and what you're expecting from Rowan.
Yeah, I mean, Rowan's a really good team. We when we scheduled them, we were looking at a team that we thought would really test us early on and see kind of where we're at, the first game of the year, because we have to jump into conference play pretty soon here. So Rowan's been a team as recently as 4 or 5 years ago. It's been in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. It's a New Jersey athletic conference school. They'll have older, experienced players. They'll be physical. They're well coached. So we know we're going to have our hands full. But I think our guys are excited about a game like that. I mean, kind of like I said, lets you see where you are right off the bat, and I think we need that.
And how important is it to get that season started off right at home with the home atmosphere and the Colonel crowd behind you?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything, right? I mean, it's college basketball. It's good college basketball. I think anybody that would come to that game on Sunday would see a high-level Division III college basketball game and just be impressed by the size and strength and the athleticism and the talent on the court. So, as a coach and a basketball fan, I'm excited for that game for sure.
The Colonels take on the Profs this Sunday at home, November 9th, with tip-off set for 1:30 p.m. Coach, thank you so much for stopping by, and best of luck this season.
Thanks so much.